Hello, 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 welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, hope everyone had a great day so far. I was super tired, but well, I am still tired, but that's why I'm starting a little bit earlier so that maybe I end earlier. I'm not sure. Let's see how it goes. Because sometimes when I just start doing something, then I kind of lose a track of time, and then yeah. Just happens that I just do stuff without realizing how late it is. I think I had an idea yesterday when I stopped, but it could be that my window doesn't dock. And I think it has to do with the fact that in my inventory system, when I create a window, so actually, yeah, let's go from that side, then it makes a little bit more sense. So my command history window is created currently in scene editor on open. So on open, we create the window. So that means basically we call the create and the open as well. Yeah, we call the open within the open of the scene editor. That doesn't really matter too much right now, like without further explanation. But what happens is that we push the window after we called the open. And that is the problem. Because what that means is that we open the scene editor, and then here we open the command history, and then we push the command history in the window update before the parent window. And what that means is that my command window updates before my parent window, which establishes the dock space, so it cannot dock to a dock space that doesn't exist yet. So I think what I need to do is change that to an emplace pack, change that to a unique pointer new, well, basically new window is that. And this is factory, it's in here. This is a reference. Now we can do new window that. Can do that. And can replace this with this. I think that makes it cleaner. And makes it actually work how we intend it to work. Oh well, and then this is gone because we don't have a parent. And this. And I mean, oh, here we already did it like that. So I think that should be better. Because now my scene editor is updating and rendering and creating the dock space before the command history. At least I think that should be the trick. Let's hope it actually is. Because yeah, yesterday I had the issue that it doesn't dock. Which was kinda annoying. But now I think it should be. Hopefully. Let's see, let's see, let's see. There was a warning there. Okay. Oh wait, yeah, I need to do, of course, aesthetic. Or yeah, aesthetic cast T reference here. Or actually T star, and then this is a T reference, right? Or can I do this? No, that should actually work, right? Or do I need to? No, that works, yeah. But I think I need to, of course, do it in the other cases as well. This is on the list of like clean up a little bit. This whole open close window stuff. But yeah, I create the entity. I can undo it if I am in that. If I focus here, I can't. But yeah, now I can. Yes, perfect. I can merge it here. Cool. So that works. And I should not be able to. Well, I can. It seems like dock it here. Which is a little bit weird. If I have it here and then I go here, okay, yeah, then that still works. Okay, cool. Or works as expected. So then the other thing is in the command history window, we need to add one more case if we are focused ourselves. Because if we are focused, it's fine as well, right? So that adds the last bit and like missing piece here, which is if we do this and now we have this as a focus, we can still undo because we have this as the focus. Perfect. All right, I think that window is more or less done for now. We will come back to it maybe today, I'm not sure. But there's one more thing that I want to do, which is in command system. I wanted to change something, which is I remove this again. And I set a base and I set a T reference to the current, or like head. Something like that. And that is set base, which is fine. And then we set head. I'm not sure if I still call it head, but you know. So I would do that. And then on undo, what I do is I say m head dereference that, is our base, and this needs to be able to be copyable. So basically requires std is trivially copyable, I guess. Like that. At least I think that should be it. Let's see if that makes sense. So that will not build because my entity registry is not copyable. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. So basically what I would want to do is add a copy constructor here. Is it const entity registry other? I think that's the copy constructor, right? And then I need a entity registry reference operator equals. Is it like that? I think it is. M registry clear. Copy or other dot copy to M registry. And now we would need the component factory, which is a little bit of a problem, so we will not do that for now. If other, well, if this is that reference, well, pointer, sorry. And then yeah, basically I need a new entity registry here. Do I need, can it be const? Actually let's do it like that. And then we have a component factory here. Because then I can remove that. I mean, technically that's impossible, right? But just to be sure, we register like we assert here. m component factory is other.m component factory. And then the other one we copy into this, yeah. And I think that can be const, right? Because that one we don't touch. Can't that be a const void pointer then? Because we copy it anyway, that doesn't really matter. Ah, it was already anyway the thing, yeah. So that all works out. And I think that should now work, hopefully. Entity registry. Why is it like that I pass in here this? Sorry. And I could make that then private because we never access that from the outside, I guess. Yeah, and that makes sense. So basically... Oh, okay. It's a bit of a problem. Not unsolvable. Where would that be? That's in scene... No, actually, never mind. That's not in scene. I don't think it's supported to have a registry that's not... Okay. Let me think. The component factory lives where exactly again? Setting game core.h? Yeah. So in scene we don't really have a way to get there. Fascinating. I think that's the first asset that has something in the constructor, probably. Or does my asset system support that? No, I don't think so, right? Or do we support the engine? But only if we are abstract, okay. Why would that be the case? Why would we only have it if we are abstract? I think that's a weird limitation. So I could make that. I could break that. Would that make sense? And would that help us? I guess I could, yeah. But do I want to do it like that is the other question. Another way would be that the component factory is static. Which probably makes sense to some extent, actually. The thing is, where does it live again? It lives in game core. But then where I want to add it is in entity registry, which is a different thing. Oh, okay, well, I mean, yeah, I mean, that makes sense. Okay. I mean, for now, what we could do is just not do that, right? Just have that as a default here. Have a void set component factory. To factory. Why be that? And then in our scene serializer, I guess. Well, or in game core when we set the scene. Yeah, all of that doesn't really work nicely. So technically I would probably want to have an ACS build or something like that. Yeah, I think it has to be construction thing. don't think I see a way around it for now. And this would be static create, where we return a reference. Something like that, right? And this is game core, or not game core, component factory. Okay, component factory. Why is that a problem? Namespace. No, that should be fine, right? Or maybe not. Maybe we need to namespace. Onyx entity. Class. And then we have the reference scene. Wire engine. Oh, wire. Yeah. Game core system. I mean, I guess we could get an ECS builder. Yeah, I think I will change this eventually here. Not today, but I think the component factory is something that we have to rethink. I don't think it's smart how I did it. Don't think it adds a lot. Oh wait, I think the registry takes it as a reference, right? I think. Yeah. Okay, so where's the problem? Oh yeah, makes sense. We of course need to do OR, and then we need a concept here. Entity meta, where component meta I think has some concept up here. Yeah. Well, that's not what I wanted, but where do I have concepts like that? Holograph, maybe? Okay. Pinmaker? No. I thought I had it somewhere already, but maybe not. Unfortunate. Well, I mean, I guess I can write one. Well, asset system. Has static create. And is it like that? STD is what is it? Is it convertible or something like that? Well, I guess for now we can leave that. Does that work? Kinda works, I guess. I guess this doesn't work because... Why does it not work? Oh, because we're not trivially culpable, maybe? Not quite sure, let's leave that out for now. Maybe it's not trivially copyable, only copyable. What is the issue? Oh. Wait, is it not a... Oh, because entity registry now needs... I see. The entity registry here needs a thing, of course, to work. I guess in that case we... Yeah, that's a pain. So for now, let's add an entity registry that's empty. It's not really like how it should be, but... Both of those should be removed. Which is a pain. And I think it's something that should die. Well, that one is dead. And that one is basically base registry is registry, and that should already copied. Hey, so where is our? Yeah, good. How about for you? And then set head to registry. Nice. Yeah, I ate a lot during lunch, and I had a 3-hour meeting before that, and then food coma hit me and I didn't do a lot in the afternoon. Yeah. The things that happen. Undefined reference. Is it because we don't have it defined here or what? Wait, what? Do I need to... Do I need to include here the thing? Well, actually entity component, no, component factory. Is it like that? Yeah, it was not a meeting where I had to do a lot, but it was like a company get together we have every month, and every project shows what they did, and staff update, company update, all that beauty. What the hell? Undefined reference to entity registry. Hold on, what? Oh, am I? Oh, that should be fine, right? Oh wait, did I not implement that maybe? Oh, I didn't. No, I did, right? Or no, did I not? Did I? Oh, I didn't. And probably, yeah, I didn't implement that one. Great. Component factory. So that should do the trick. Yeah. Everything's fine. A bit tired, as I said, but otherwise, everything is nice. So it's weekend, right? So how bad can it be? Okay, so that works. Nice. So we still have it working, and now the component factor, or like the history, is quite clean because it really is just a copy. and we don't have this weird. So basically, it only needs to be copyable for the command system to work. And the question is, can I add back that now? Because it basically needs to be trivially copyable. Or like maybe not trivially copyable, maybe just copyable. Is that the thing? Because why would it not be? Okay, is copyable required as well as swappable? Uh-huh. And I guess is trivially copyable is probably not the thing, right? Trivially copyable is maybe too specific. So that one is true. That one is... So I guess in this case it's not trivially copyable. Yeah, I guess we are not trivially copyable, so we are just copyable, I guess. Which is fine. But then we need to, of course, in our entity registry as well add the move constructor, I guess. And the move assignment of M registry swap. Well, other swap M registry, right? I mean, it doesn't really matter. Other swap. But I guess actually we could do M registry is other.m registry, right? That exists. And M component factory is other.m component factory. That should, well, and then we need to std move that over, I guess. And we need the same entity registry ref is I guess we do std swap, well, or we do just if this is other I think it's like that, right? Probably. Still not. We're still not swappable or what? But why? Is copy ever? Is there another is copyable? I thought there is one. Is that not it? I guess it's copy constructible then, or copy assignable. Does that work? Still no. Oh wait, is it? Ah, is it because we have this here or what? So I would need to have this as well defined here. But that's stupid, I guess. I guess we do that, and then I need to, it seems like, copy that to the other places, which is kind of stupid. Really, I need to move that everywhere? Or what? Evaluated the force. Okay. I will deal with that later. Who cares about that for now? It should be something like that. I don't know. I will deal with that later. It's not important right now to restrict that. But in future it should be. Because it will anyways fair if we do that, right? So. Okay. Cool. So I think what I would want to do, one more thing, is this is command, this is command, and then this I call I command, where we technically don't have that. Where I guess we do. But it's a command graph. And then this is a command graph. Internally we have a struct graph node. Where do we need that actually? Hold on. Oh yeah, no, I wanted to have a branch here basically, which will come in later, way later. But yeah, that would have our list of commands basically. And then here what we have is a dynamic, for now well actually only one for now, branch m current, and that's about it. This is our head we push on, this is our base. The base moves probably, it could stay outside actually. Now we have command execute and then m branch push, or like m, like yeah, push tab. And then void undo. Which would be m branch undo. Set head to a const I command. Oh, okay, well that's a bit problematic, right? With that too. But yeah, that basically goes in there. Then the question is, Undo 2. Or like, what is it called in Git? I guess that would be a detached head, which of course is not what we want. When you basically move your head back in the history, I mean, I guess it would be a checkout, right? You would check out this thing. Yeah, I think it's that, right? I think it probably would be reset. I think reset would be the best. Course of name. But it's not a, I'm not doing a kit, don't worry. Don't worry. It's more like a how I name things. Because I'm building a version, like a edit history, and basically I want to at least give the function some sensible names, but yeah. That would be a push, that would be an undo. Command execute. Oh wait, okay. But in that case, hold on, maybe I do it a little bit different. Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure yet what I will name it, but basically we have a push here, which is an I command, basically. Yeah, it's basically an I command, right? At this point, I don't really care what it is anymore. And I basically do commands. Probably place back, or is it a move? Well, I'm not sure. Is it place back or is it move back? Push back. It's probably push back, right? Oh wait. Oh, okay. Then we probably need to do make unique here. Isn't that? That I command? And you don't like that because we cannot. We cannot. Okay, well then we get a unique pointer here already. I guess, and we just std move that in. Cool. And before that we do one more time the execute, I guess. As well as, yeah, current command index plus plus, but that is kind of wrong, whatever. And this is gone. This is command graph, and we basically just move that forward, yeah. And then this is... Well, we don't need all of that crap. Oh, okay. Well, I'm current, sorry. Yeah, that's fair. And I mean, I'm not trying to find like names that naturally like align with Git. That's fine. I just forgot what it was called. Basically, that's all. Command graph. Okay. And then that's a push of a command, which is one thing. Then we have an undo, which just undoes the last one, which would be this. But we always need to do that first, right? And then that would be this. And then this is reset to this command, basically. Reset. We have a const I command, and we do an auto. Well, actually std, well, not std, sorry, u32 index, well, s32 index is m commands. Is there an index of? No, right? But we can do a find if well, we put the auto command. I think in this case it's fine to have an auto here. Or no, let's specify it, it doesn't matter. If command is, or see, And then we do SCD distance, I guess. Between this and the end. What happens if this is negative, right? What if that... Can that return a negative number, or is it always like 0 if it's... I guess then we don't really want that, never mind. Like not right away at least. Auto it. But we have to find a right, otherwise it... Otherwise that whole thing doesn't really make a whole lot of sense if it doesn't find it. Now we do S32 index. Is it... Well, STD distance between this and M commands end. And we cast that probably to S32 just to be sure. And then we can do that probably beforehand. Well, if our... Well, we can assert here as well if that's the case. So Onyx assert M commands empty equals false. Because if that is the case, then yeah, that's a problem as well, of course. And then we check if... in what direction we need to go. If our index is greater than our current command index, then we move forward. Otherwise we move backwards, right? And if we move forward, it's basically a redo of n actions. Yeah, okay, so n start command or start index is 0. Last index is m current command index. Let's do it like that. So if we go forward, our start index is our m current command index, and our last index is our index. But this one we need to do a +1 because we don't want to execute that command anymore. Right? Because we already did that. Oh, but then I see. Okay, yeah, that's a little bit more complicated then. But it's fine, we will figure that out. And then otherwise we do, if it's an undo, we go back where we keep a 0. And last index is index. And then let's see if our... so I don't think we need that. And then our m current command index is not that as well. Our m current is our last index, right? And then we go from the start index to this. I think that's correct. And then let's move that in there. Although I guess we can have that in there. Base and head. T reference base. That can be. It can be const, right? Because I'm not doing anything with that. Yeah. And T like T that, well, we can actually already have head like that. Now we do, if we go backwards, we need to undo our base. Could work. Question is, can I then just do... No, I think that is easier, right? And in this case, we as well do where head is a base. And base and head. Cool. And then that is basically current commands, kinda. Don't think I need that. Or do I? Yeah, you too. Have a nice evening yourself. So, and redo? I mean, we can have a simple redo, right? Or we can do a move back, move forward, and we get a count here. And then if that is this, we probably, well, if it's empty basically, Otherwise, in this case, we don't need to do anything. We just say m current command index plus equals count, and that's about it, I guess. Where? Not really, right? I mean, it would be this, and then this is I. Oh, okay, yeah. I guess either +1 or we +1 here already. I guess I can do that, right? 1, and then we do 1, 2, 3 if it's 3. Otherwise we would move 4 forward. I think that's fine, that could work. Let's do a bool is empty. But actually is empty is wrong. Sorry, that's wrong actually. So we can only move forward basically I need to establish that Onyx assert m current command index plus count is less than m commands size. Right? Because we can only move forward. So basically that has to be the case. But actually even -1, right? Get size, I guess. Get count is fine. Is less or equals to that. Alright. Now we can do that. And then we can do that. And then move back. Basically that on well it's S32 count, and that is basically this minus that is greater than 0, well, greater or equal to 0. And then we reset, and then we do m current minus equals count. And then we as well do 1 here, count, that. Well, actually, wait, no, move back is different, right? Sorry. Last index is m minus count. Not this is the last index. And we could actually already do it like that, then we'll go from 0 to that, and that works. Yeah. Can I do the other thing? No, right here I can't really do that. Well, I mean, I guess I could. Ah, this is easier. Like that. Don't know if that will work. Probably not yet. Because we most likely had some errors along the line. Yeah, I mean, this is not command graph. Of course. And then we have the same problem here, where this is now actually a I command graph. We don't need anything else here anymore. Where yeah, no, I don't think we need anything actually. The thing is, can it maybe even be I mean, it's fine, I can do command graph like that. I don't think I changed it everywhere, right? Yeah, clearly I didn't. I mean, that should work, right? And then we have entities panel. Of course, it was not working. Oh yeah, makes sense, because we definitely have here the problem as well. I command graph. And then this is... well, that is an undo, right? That's fine. And that's a redo. Is that not a thing? Ah, it's not. Wait, it's not? So that is that. With the move back here. 1. Move forward. Unfortunate. Oh, where? Yeah. Move back. Move forward. Oh, yeah. This. Okay. Does it work? I mean, I have my history here. Well, it only worked up until to the last point. Perfect. I guess current command index is 0. -1. Oh, yeah, makes sense. Okay, yeah, that kinda makes sense. So we want this to be greater or equal to index 32, right? Because -1 is a valid thing. Oh, but then this doesn't work, right? So this needs to go from 0. Or move forward. Oh no, actually that would work, right? It would work. Because it's -1. And then it's 0, 2, 3. Yeah, that could work. Okay. Oh, that crashed. Oh yeah, because I'm not allowed to. I should guard them, yes. Who is... Well, I guess we can do that here. Ish. But actually the move back, I don't want to do here then anymore. Here. Exactly, and then here move back by m current command index, which is... So the index is greater than m current. Then we are forward moving. So basically we move forward by index minus m current command index. And then we leave that empty. Otherwise it's backwards and we do that minus index head, well, base head. Yeah, and then the other thing is a command history window. When we select one, so if that is triggered, we basically say m command stack reset to command. Oh, that exists already. Oh, but it doesn't exist in command graph, yeah. So basically virtual void reset. What is it? What do you not like about that? Ah, we need... okay, I see. No, actually, wait, that should be fine. What? Is it STD ranges or STD view? It's like one of those. Yeah. That's so weird that STD find if is like, hey GD Bobble. I really hate that, actually I really hate that STD find if is not already accepting a container and then the lambda. It needs the container begin and end, which is weird because then in STD ranges you have a thing that does that. So I'm not sure why they didn't patch or like add an overload the STD find if that accepts a container. It's like C++ things. C++. Alright, so we should be able now to go here, here, name that test, go here, create a new one, create that test 2, and then if I go here, did that work? I don't think it did. I guess I did something wrong. So I create one entity, create two entities, create three entities, and I go back here, and then it crashes. Perfect. Because we are a move forward? Wait. No, wait, what? Oh, that's the distance, not the... Okay, yeah, and then I need to do get count minus start, right? To get the index. Oh wait, the other way would be I can, I guess, do the distance from the beginning, right? That should work. Grade 1, grade 2, grade 3. Well, unfortunate. Move back. Why would that be a move back? -2. Do I need to do it then? Oh, is it like... That's the start, that's the end, or what? First, last. Okay, yeah, I guess. Okay. It has to be like that. Yeah, I think that hopefully works now. So I go back here, go forwards here, go in the middle here, and then I can rename an entity here. Go back. Cool. Nice. That works like a charm. I guess I could have well, if I undo here, that's still fine, right? But maybe I want to have a reset here. Like one entry above. That's clickable as well. But I mean, that's already pretty nice, not gonna lie. That's a beautiful system. I will get something to drink and then we will continue. Not sure where I want. I mean, one thing would be just adding that system everywhere, because we currently have it mostly only in this editor here. But we have other editors where we would need to add it. Maybe I do that. Because I don't think the other more advanced features make sense to add right now. So, yeah. Actually, I will do one more thing, which is here a template type, where we basically have this. And then that is a badge by private. Virtual void push unique pointer of that ref. And then this would be push that. But I guess we could do it like that, right? Because we do it, yeah. And then that one basically goes away. That one is a private then. Unique pointer of I command. I mean, that's basically it, right? Where is the problem? Is that not? So that should be fine, right? So we go here. That should be probably a move here. Or that can be a forward, never mind. I mean, maybe. question is, do I need... Oh, wait. No, but that should be fine, right? Or is it now not fine because... Okay, so that works, I guess. Ah, yeah, we still need to guard against that. Which either we do... why do we do that? Not sure. Maybe we do a can move or something like that. It wasn't in a reduced context though. What exactly? What are we talking about? No, it is reduced, or I'm not quite following, I think. It was just that I was hiding a function. Or was it... Wait... No, I was... Yeah, I was hiding a function. I guess what I could do is this... Probably. And this. And then this. And std... Same... Well, it's not a pointer basically. But yeah. In do push you forward a non-forwarding reference. This one or what? Well, that wouldn't work because you cannot copy a unique pointer, right? So it has to be a forward, like a forwarding slash move. Anyways. The same thing, I could do that, right? It doesn't really matter. It would boil down to the same. think it's fine to forward here. Because I'm moving a unique pointer forward. And then at the end I move it. Because at the end I take ownership. Yeah, but in this case I'm not taking ownership, so I'm just forwarding it, right? So I don't need to STD move here. Is my understanding. I mean, I don't know. I guess it, as I said, I think this is a no-op, to be honest. Because it just casts it to dead anyway, so I mean, maybe we just... whatever, I guess we could do that. Maybe I can't do that, never mind. What was the error? I would have thought that that would be fine, but maybe not. Interesting. I would have said that that would be exactly the same. Oops. Oh well. I think the forward is fine in this case. Yeah, it's technically not a forwarding reference, that's true. But forward is not just about forward referencing, right? It's about perfect forwarding, which is like take the correct thing to call that function, which in this case would be a move. But yeah, I agree, it's technically not a forwarding reference, I guess. But it feels weird to call move here, to be honest. I don't know. In the function, it's an L value? Why would it... No, I don't think I follow with that. That is an R value reference, it's not an L value. Or you mean it wouldn't be valid after this line, right? I mean, that makes sense. While I can later. I will not do it now. I mean, I'm fine doing a move here. I don't care too much. I think it is exactly the same as the STG forward in this case, but yeah. I will ask it later. I will not ask it now. Its type is R value reference, but the value category is L value. That sounds like some LLM imagination I've never... Is that a thing? The value category is L value. I've never heard of a value category. But okay. Maybe I learned something. That's hot. But yeah, I will definitely read that up. Okay, at least everything works still. Again, I'm fine with moving it there. It doesn't bother me. It just feels weird in my case, like in my, because I'm, yeah, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, that I do understand that forwarding references bind to both. But IMO, that's still an R value, but it's details. I really don't care about that. I will read it up later with an LLM, but then again, you always have to take that with a grain of salt because it's imagining things, but I will at least try and see what it comes up with. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I get that, yes. Alright. All of that being said, what do I want to do now? I think now, actually, one thing I can do is in entity entities panel, I can change this to a I command graph because it doesn't really matter anymore. Now, we don't really care about the type. Right. And now we go to component panel and do the same thing. Oh jeez. I've never heard that an R value can be an L value, but to be honest, I'm not an expert by any means, so there's some parts that are a little bit obscure to me from time to time with L values and R values. But L value is everything. Wait, what? How was it? I think L value is everything that has a name and has an, yeah, everything that has a name is an L value, I think, as far as I remember. And an R value, you cannot have a name too, because it's just basically temporaries. That's how I understood it. And in this case, this was a temporary because it doesn't have a name, right? I push it here as an R value reference, and then I push it here as an R value reference, which I am allowed to forward, and I will just push it forward as an R value reference. I mean, technically it has a name then here, but I think that's not really a name in this case. and then I'm moving it anyways afterwards. I think if yeah, I'm not sure. I will need to read that up again. But as it's a unique pointer, it can only move it. The other thing, it cannot copy it, right? So it definitely did the right thing with the forward. Because you cannot copy a unique pointer. Yeah, you can't copy a unique pointer. This has to be a move, because I cannot copy a unique pointer. It's impossible to, like, you are not allowed to copy a unique pointer. That's the whole thing of a unique pointer. So either this is a move, which is the same as I am writing a move here, or it does some compiler magic, right, and then just perfectly forwards the R value reference, which probably is anyways a move, because it's the R value reference cast, right? So it doesn't really matter. But as this is a unique pointer, there cannot be a copy here. Otherwise it's a compiler bug. Which is why my understanding is I can forward here. Because I'm getting an R value reference, and I can forward that R value reference because I'm not touching it in this function. And then I'm handling my R value reference here, and at the end I have to move it to emplace it here. Here? I'm not even sure if I need the move here. To be honest, I'm not even sure. Well, probably. Maybe I need to do a pushback here. Okay, now here I need to do an emplace. Here yeah, that's good point, but yeah. Well, probably because the emplace back. Does the emplace back have a... Well, it has a ref here. But maybe it's not allowed to take it. Maybe it's not allowed to move for you. Or would a pushback work? Probably not, right? Because a pushback... I would have imagined that an emplace back would work. That last part I can't really tell you why I need the move here. It feels just correct to do with a move here. Otherwise I probably would need to move it. No, that's temporary. And then we move the temporary down. Probably a STD forward here would work as well, most likely. Actually. With the same logic that I did before, right? So I think an STD forward should work here. Because emplace back should have a unique pointer thing. I don't think it... does it count like that? Maybe. Maybe you're right with that. Yeah, probably, exactly. So here it has a name, so here it's an L value, exactly, and then I have to move it. That's my understanding, but then why would it not be here? I guess technically, and I would need to move it here, maybe. I don't know. I mean, yeah, again, the forward will probably do a move, because yeah, it cannot copy it anyways. That's the whole reasoning why I had that the forward should be fine. What did I break now? Because that's, oh, the components panel. Oh, maybe then, hold on. Let me first fix that before we do anything else. Otherwise we get like weird compile errors and we don't even know that was working. Is that working again? Okay, so that builds again. And then my question is, can I do an STD forward here into the emplace? Where is it? Because IMO, that should work. Yeah, exactly. Because the emplace takes the R value reference. Exactly. It wouldn't work if I do a pushback though, I think. I think that doesn't, maybe because there's a like probably a move constructor. The pushback only works if you have a move constructor, or no, wait, pushback is move assignment and place is move constructor. Yeah. And unique pointer has both, so it works, I guess. But yeah, logically this makes sense, because what that means now with all those forward stuff is that if I call, well, I would need to do a new function, but I guess I can do one just so that I can show you what that means, because it's not, I'm not allowed now to do this, right? So I can't do a unique pointer here and then do that. That would not be allowed because it would copy the unique pointer. So what I would need to do is call the move here to move that into the function to be allowed. Actually, I can show that probably. At least that's my understanding of all that thing with moves and stuff like that. So this builds, right? Because we take the temporary and move it all the way down with perfect forwarding until the end into the emplace, which takes the ownership of the unique pointer. So that works. Well, I crashed now because I pressed one more time Control Z at the end of the history, but that works. And then what's not allowed now is if I do this. Auto unique. So this were probably, at least my understanding is this is not allowed. Unless the compiler does some magic. Which I would, yeah, exactly. Because now it says it cannot, because this is a name, so it's an L value, and it cannot do that anymore. Because the forward can't do anything with it anymore. Because there is no move anywhere. So what I would need to make that this works is move it into that, and then that should work again. And so everything in my head makes sense again. Yes. Exactly. Okay, I'm not completely insane. Because that's an L value, but as soon as I do this, it doesn't have a name, and it's just an R value. at the end of the function, if no one takes ownership of that, that object is gone. And we just forward that temporary object with std forward all the way down into this in place where we take it. And we know that we take it because we take it with an R value reference here, which kind of gives the user the, or like the reader here, the thing that we will take it. But this is a forwarding reference in this case. Well, yeah, it is kind of a forwarding reference in this case. Because we are forwarding this just up to here. Well, no, actually, is it a? It's so complicated, but I think I tried to explain it, but I think to be honest, I think I'm correct here. Line 80 asks, but what should that give me? I mean, ChatGPT is not all knowing, but okay, I can ask it. Ah, yeah, okay, that's something I remember. True, forwarding is only if it's a templated thing, right? Yeah, that is true. But that's fine. It's still, it accepts only R values, and my stuff is an R value. That's fine. Okay. I can even give it the other things. Well, Jesus. Let's give it the whole context. So I have this push here. Which cars do push. Which cars this do push. Which cars that push. This is my car. And then give it the where we actually. No, we have it here, right? Yeah, we have the make unique here, right? Yeah. This is my. Those are my three functions basically. Unique pointer. Is it correct to use std forward in this case? Let's give it a new context because I never trusted if I already did give it something. Okay, it just tells me it's unnecessary. That's fine. I agree to some extent with that. Okay, yeah. named R value references are L values. I mean, I kinda get what he's saying. But I imagine that STD forward was for more cases than that, but maybe not. I don't really care. Oh no, that was the wrong one. Ah, we can do a move. If it makes everyone happy, I can do a move. I think in this case IMO doesn't matter, because STD forward will do exactly the same. And for me, this is maybe the only thing I can agree on is that this is more explicit, because I know that at the end here I'm not allowed to use it anymore. Whether with an STD forward might not be that obvious. But the STD forward would do the correct thing still. But the STD forward would be equivalent to a STD move in this. Okay, yeah, I agree with that. It's probably semantically not the right thing, because as I said, it doesn't convey the same meaning. That's fine. It works because STD forward would do the STD move internally, right? But semantically, as I said, if an STD forward is here, you don't really know that it's not valid after this line anymore to use command. So I can agree with that. Did I not want to take get something to drink an hour ago? It feels like, or whatever. I don't know. For me, STD forward just sounds nicer in this case, but I can do the move. Alright. Anything else? Well, yeah, I wanted to do... Well, we have the history now. We can go back and forth here with clicking, which is nice. Maybe I just add the next couple of functions to this thing now. Or I polish the UI. No, let's first, before polishing the UI, let's actually make the system functional everywhere. So we need entities panel. And I probably don't want to do it like that. Probably want to have void. Well, an on open, kinda. Well, is it even... Oh wait, yeah, I remember. Okay, yeah, well, let's do that now, because that now works, I think. So I can make this a public ImGUI window now. Because it now I have nested windows. Basically, I can do that. Entities panel. And we of course include Onyx UI ImGUI window here. And now we have a private thing here where we do that's an on render, I guess. We don't have that. We're in the ImGUI system here. And we have a void on open and a void on close. And we as well have a void on delete const input actions, input action event delete action. But yeah, nice nice talk slash input, Sonic. Didn't want to give you the feeling that I don't appreciate it. My understanding was, yeah, that STD forward can be used in places where you want to forward are like parameters as is, but yeah, you were right. It seems like it's meant to be only used for forwarding references in the template context. Input action event. Is that correct? Yeah, it's a struct. Okay. Okay, and then we go here. Well, we don't go here. We go here. Void entities panel on open. On close. And the thing is, we probably... Do I actually have one already? Maybe. Node graph, node editor might already have a delete action actually. See, here I did it correct. Here I did the STD forward correct, because that's a forwarding reference. Anyways, that's not really what I wanted. Yeah, delete. But we have kinda everything here already, which is kinda nice. Question is if I can maybe encapsulate that. Entities panel on delete. I mean, we can call it on delete action, that's fine. Input action system, disconnect this. This is an on render. We still probably want to have a scene here. Probably asset handle to a scene here, right? Probably. Well, yeah, struct asset handle. Probably. Template type name T. Is that it? Or class, okay. And then scene. Alright, okay, that's game core scene then. And yeah. Why would that not? Do I need to? Do I need to have that valid here? Do I need to have include? No, let's not do that for now. I'm not sure if I need that. Entities panel. Okay. I guess maybe we do it like that, it's fine. Because then we can get rid of that, I guess. Could work. Thing is, why do I even give that as a parameter? That's the weirdest thing I never understand, I guess. And then I have my own delete action, I guess. But I guess today I learned something then, thanks to Zornik. Or refreshed my memory. I guess at the end, at the start, when I ever read up about forwarding references, I probably remembered that, but then I forgot it over time. Or I maybe never knew it. I don't. Maybe I just missed that part. I really thought that it's allowed to be used with other parameters as well in non-templated functions. But I guess not. That's the fascinating part about C++. There's always more to learn. Okay. That it would be scene get ID. And that would be get engine system game core system. That would be our command stack, which I still need to get again. as well as here. That would be M selected entity, M scene get ID, get engine system, game core system, and the entity name. We don't need the previous name. Because that doesn't exist anymore. We don't do it like that anymore. Okay. And then we need the command stack, which I guess I get from the parent as well. Why set command graph I command graph? Or do I maybe in this case what I can do is imgui system get window command history window. Oh, but that wouldn't. No, that wouldn't give us probably the correct one, so let's not do that. Because there can be multiple open, right? That would be here. I command graph. And we basically have to have that. So basically on first render, we do that. And if M scene because basically that needs to be the case, right? Basically is valid and is loaded probably. What we can do is loaded, right? That could work. And now the only thing we need to do is go to scene editor. Remove the entities panel from here. And yeah, basically remove that. Render entities panel. That one goes away. Oh, what? No, that should be fine, right? That should, famous last words, that should be fine. So basically command are probably above that. Because I am... Don't I do that? Oh no, okay, I don't. So entities, entities panel. yeah, this. Open window with the command history. Oops, with this as the parent. Oops. And then entities panel. Set command graph to M command stack. And entities panel. Set window class to M window class. And I think there is a set doc. Okay, maybe not. How would that have worked? Wait. We need to set the ID, I guess. Set ID to that. Which we still need as well. And but that is a string, so probably set name, never mind. No, set ID. I think ID makes more sense. Exactly, because get window ID here. So yeah, I would need to have it like that, right? Because otherwise, how would that work? We get the window ID and we always check for that. Otherwise, we just place it. Okay, I see. Yeah, yeah, not sure. That window ID is a little bit sus, I guess. Or we could do that. Well, actually, entities panel. Yeah, I see. Where is my get window ID here? Oh, well, I don't have it yet. String view get window ID override return M. And then we can have a string view here. Well, string. Game ID. Okay, maybe that works. That would be nice, because that actually makes a couple of things simpler. Oh, okay. Sad. What do you not? What is your problem, C++? Oh, did I not implement it probably? On delete action. Did I not? Maybe, yeah, probably I didn't didn't implement that yet, yeah. So let's add that, I guess. Void entities panel on delete action. Delete action. If delete action get data bool equals false, return. Otherwise we delete our selected entity. And we only do that if is focused. Well, and we have a selected entity, I guess. If we are focused, and yeah, we have a if selected entity so I guess we do those checks in burn. First if we are focused, first that, and then that. Should be in terms of complexity or like how expensive they are, but in reality it doesn't really matter, I guess. Unfortunate. Wait. What is your issue? I guess my MGUI open doesn't work or what? So I guess we don't hit that or what? What? Oh wait. Hold on. Terminate. Could it be? I think I need to do m windows at index and then dereference that. Because I guess because we push more than one window now, this invalidates the stack. Or like that invalidates this reference probably. Yeah, that's fine, I guess. What's the issue? Wait, is loaded? Oh, do I need to do this? Oh, that's a stupid thing. Oh wait, I need to set the scene then. Yeah, otherwise... Well, actually, where is my... Oh wait, okay. One more thing. If everything of that is fine... Well, not here, sorry. Entities pen. I think I will call it a day though soon. I think I want to spend some time with my fiance. So I think I need to do a begin here. And I need to do an end at the end, of course. And I'm not sure if I need anything else. I might need anything. I might need something else, but I'm not sure. Oh yeah, but we're not rendering now because we don't have a scene. I'm wondering if it would make more sense instead of doing that. How about I get my parent and I cast that to a scene editor because I know it's a scene editor window. Parent. Is that where value or null pointer, I guess? Well, no, it has to be a value. Never mind. It doesn't exist that it's not a value. And static cast scene editor window. Value. Wait, what get parent is? I forgot what get parent is. Was that no, that has to be a pointer probably. You have Discord? Yeah, sure, I have Discord. You can briefly join the server and then leave again and you can add me. No, but I think I understand it already. And you were correct. It's just that I thought STD forward was a bit more usable in other cases than just in the context of a template function with the forwarding references. I understood it that I can use it in other cases as well, but it seems that's not correct. Or like, it works, but it's semantically not correct. It works because it does the correct thing internally, and it will do a move, but it doesn't convey the correct meaning syntactically. It's better to be explicit with the STD move. And it just works because STD forward can handle that case, because it has to be able to handle that case in case it's in a template with a forwarding reference, right? Because it basically resolves to that then, but yeah. That's my understanding now. So get parent. Do I not have a get parent? No, I do have a get parent. Ah, it needs to be const. Where does it need to be? Do I need it non-const in the case where I have it? Yeah, I need it non-const actually in this case. Wait, why is it? Is mParent optional? Oh yeah, it is an optional, okay. Oh, and it's a const imgui window here. I see. Well, okay, I guess in that case we can make it a const reference here, const reference here, and then this needs to be like that. And then to incomplete type. Oh, okay. Yeah. Onyx editor Windows scene. Where? Okay. Scene. What? Where is my? Wasn't it there? Or is it modules? That doesn't make any sense. I should move that. Wait. Is it even called like that? No. Why is that even a forward declaration? Scene. Is it just scene editor? God damn it. Okay, no, it is scene editor window. Fine. So we do get parent, do get value. Okay, today is really not my day, I guess. Isn't that how it should be done? But how can that be? Ah, because no. Or maybe yes. Because I don't need that here. Then the entities panel, probably the include is missing in the CPP now. Why do I have all these weird forward declarations? Wait, and then scene editor. Is that as well in the scene? No, that's just an editor. Huh. I guess. Maybe that's the problem then. Terrain panel. How did I fix that? Don't even know where that comes from. Okay, cool. It works. Question is, does it work? Well, kind of. And then parent. Get scene. Well, I guess is loading as false. Well, it's loading, then we return. Otherwise, we get the scene here. But what do I get here when I... Okay, that's the handler actually. Is that all I needed? No, right? That will crash, yeah. Probably... Why would that crash? Get parent? Where is the M scene? We need to definitely delete that again. The thing is, I can create... That sucks. So what I can do is an asset handle scene copper mutable is parent get scene, right? At least I think I can do that. At least I think I can do that. Is parent not existing here? Parent. Ah. And then this is basically that. But I think I will make it like I will fix it different. But yeah, that would work, right? And I guess let's fix it right away. So basically what we can do is game core scene get scene return m scene and assets asset id get scene id m scene get id. And that would be mseen like that probably. Let's remove that, because I'm not sure if I even need that. Probably I needed it. Yeah, that would be parent. Do I have parent here? Yeah. Get or get scene ID, I guess. And then, yeah, we need the other things as well. Which maybe I create a helper for that? I don't know. The thing is, yeah, probably the parent shouldn't. Maybe the parent shouldn't just exist as a const. In that case, then. Now that I think about it, it might make sense to be able to get the parent and be able to manipulate it. So let's do that. Where is the parent? Do that. Do that. And then we go to ImGUI window. Not sure if that already works. ImGUI system. And we do the parent. Yeah, we do it like that. And that should already. Oh, here as well. Okay. We just need to be sure and notice that the parent doesn't necessarily need to be completely valid. I think, as I said, I will call it a day though now. I think I will fix the rest tomorrow. It's mostly, yeah, this doesn't work anymore. This needs to be just parent, get scene, get registry basically, which is fine. And then, yeah, we need the other stuff, get scene ID basically here. And all the other stuff. I mean, I guess I can do it quickly. So that would be here. Parent. Get scene, get registry. And here as well. Parent, get scene, get registry. I think that should already do it. Yeah. I'm not sure if that will work right away? Probably not. Name empty. Okay. Entities panel. Do I need to do that? Missing pop style color. We begin here. Oh, do I need to do it like that? Probably right. That should probably do it, and then the end and begin are outside of the pop of the color. Yeah. Perfect. And then the question is, if I have this and press delete, that works. Well, we don't have the undo action yet. But one more thing I wanted to test. If I do this and this will not do anything, right? Or this even crashes. Perfect. What did just happen? Did we delete something? What? We actually ran into the delete. Cool. How? Terminate. Is that not? Oh, maybe that needs to be like that. Hey. What do you mean it's not used? Okay. Cool. Let's do something else on open. We restore it to that. But yeah, then basically I'm done. M selected entity is and nar. Because I mean that should work. Okay. Interesting, it just deleted something. Okay, cool. So if I don't have the focus, it doesn't do it. If I have the focus, we delete it. Perfect. That's exactly how I would have wanted it. Cool. We will add the actions then tomorrow for that. And yeah, we can talk in Discord. I don't mind. Well, as I said, I'm always happy for that. I'm always eager to learn new, well, or refresh my memory. All right. Thank you very much for joining. We will be back tomorrow, but not at 2:30 because I have well, I have some plans with my fiance. They end at 2:30, and then we have to get home and everything. So it will probably be between 3 and 4 somewhere that I will be coming and turning on the stream. Have a great start into your Saturday. Have a great rest of your evening today, and take care. Bye bye.